welcome back into the page. My name is Nolan. This is Sports 2L. We talk about sports, specifically basketball, and we got a good video for you today about kind of who I think has been an underrated star in the finals. You wouldn't think it looking at the box score and what he's been doing, but Oklahoma City is up 3-2 in the NBA Finals, and I think this guy has had a larger role than people would probably anticipate or would be talked about. But first, let's dive into the big news, the trending news. The Lakers, a majority of the shares of the Lakers franchise has been sold for a record $10 billion was the valuation that the guy bought it for. I think he's got like 28% of the Lakers now. Anyway, he's got a controlling stake in the Lakers. The Buss family has owned the Lakers for a while, and even back in 2021, I know the valuation for the Lakers was like 5.5 billion. So for them to be sold for 10 billion, I mean, that is pretty crazy. The largest out of any sports team, I believe I saw in an article that was the largest sale, the largest valuation for any sports franchise, the Lakers. So the guy that bought it, I believe, owns the Dodgers, the Lakers now, Chelsea, and a few other sports franchises. So you got to give it to the guy. If you got billions of dollars, I would do the same thing. Invest in sports franchises and become the owner and kind of put your money into that. I think it's kind of a fun way to spend your money. So that's the big news right now. The Lakers just got sold. Such a high value. Did LeBron raise the value? I guess you could say. Also, Luka, now a Laker. They get stars. But mainly, I think it's the TV deal that the NBA signed. They've got a lot of money coming into the league. But also, the Lakers is just such a big brand. I mean, everything in sports now is about branding and marketing, and they are the biggest by far. So, sports franchises keep going up in value. That's a good thing for fans like us who like to watch. But a valuation of 10 billion is absolutely insane. Congrats to the Dodgers and Chelsea and now the Lakers owner for the percentage that he got. I mean, it's incredible. But the main point of this video, I wanted to talk about kind of an unheralded star in the NBA Finals. If you don't know, OKC, the Thunder are up on the Pacers 3-2. Game 6 is coming up tomorrow night. And sorry to the Pacers, but my prediction from the beginning was Thunder in 6. And so to satisfy my ego, so I'm right about my prediction, I got to stick with that. As much as I'd love to see more NBA basketball, I'd like to see a Game 7. I think Oklahoma City's going to win. Tomorrow night, I think they close it out. Tyrese Halliburton, the star for the Pacers, is injured with a little calf injury, had an MRI. So how will that affect things? Probably pretty dramatically if he's their best guy. So if he's even hurt a little bit, OKC looks way too strong. But let me talk about who I think is kind of been under the radar star signing for the Thunder. Obviously, we all think SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, will probably win Finals MVP if they do close it out tomorrow. Possibly J-Dub, Jalen Williams has been playing incredible. Had another 40-point game, been one of their best defenders. Everyone's talking about him. And the guy that I want to bring up has actually had a down finals. Everyone's kind of been down on Isaiah Hartenstein as the center. He got obviously, moved from the starting lineup, is not playing as much. His stats are not that impressive. He has not been that good in the finals. Yet, I think he's played a huge role, and a big part of why I think the Thunder are going to win and close it out tomorrow is because he gives them the flexibility to not play Chet Holmgren at center. I think in the past, Chet has just been so tired and beat up and, you know, everything from playing center. So let's take a listen to Brian Windhorst talk about Chet here.
Chet was saying about how hard the level of play has been and how hard this all is and how hard it is to play defense against the Pacers and how, this is everything that he was ever told that, he's like people don't appreciate the level of effort that everybody out there is giving. And he's like, I
That's been an
wish my
incredible series.
he's like, I wish my shooting was better. He's like, I really do. He's like, I got to get that fixed, but I'm working as hard as I can.
So you see him talking about Chet and how worn out he is. He's talking about how tired he is. He hasn't been shooting it that great. But, I mean, I think this is something that not a lot of fans think about is playing center in the NBA against other 7-footers, especially when you're undersized, is a ton of work. And I know Chet is 7'2" or whatever, so to say he's undersized, but he's so skinny, probably 215, maybe 220 pounds. I don't know how much he weighs, but so skinny. And to play center throughout the playoffs, throughout the regular season is, I don't want to say impossible, but really hard for guys like this. I mean, he's constantly going to try and get bullied, and bigger guys are just going to try and, rough him up a little bit, make him feel everything, foul him hard, post him up hard. I mean, these are really intense minutes you're playing at center. A lot of the other positions now, it's about spacing the floor and, facing the basket, dribble attack moves, defending. But Chet, especially when you play at center, you got to set screens, you got to roll, you got to rebound, you got to block shots, and you got to be able to put it on the floor a little bit, make some outside shots. He's been struggling with that. But I think people are overlooking the fact that they signed Hartenstein. I know he's making a ton of money, and everyone says he's more of a backup center, and the finals have kind of exposed that he's a backup center. But I still think it was a great signing, and it shows that the Thunder missed a center last year. I think, especially for Chet, he just could not play center for the full game for, a 7-game series or a 6 or 5-game series, however long it goes in the playoffs, constantly having to play center. I think this was a very smart signing by OKC. Obviously, everyone's talking about Caruso, great defender. They've got young guys, Wiggins, Wallace. They've got a really good team that they built. But I would say don't forget about Hartenstein. I think having a big-bodied center has really helped Chet. And you see him, I mean, he's tired, but he's still got energy. He's blocking shots. He's getting put back dunks. He's running the floor. And he defends on the perimeter about as well as a 7-footer could. I mean, I think he's still going to get better, still work on his conditioning, still get in better shape. But the fact that they have another guy that they can go to, that they can play with Chet if Chet needs to play the 4, that they can bring in for Chet if he's got to get a break. I think it was a really smart signing, even though they might have overpaid. I don't know. I think he deserves a little bit more credit. Everyone's calling him a backup. Hartenstein, the German, I believe he's from Germany, German enforcer type, I think has helped unlock Chet a little bit, which has been massive for the Thunder to get the shot blocking, to get the presence down low, because obviously their guards and wings are absolute handful. I mean, they make it hell on you just to, when you get across half court. Lou Dort's probably the best defender in the league. I mean, he's so strong and constantly just chasing guys around. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who's been kind of an unheralded star for the Thunder? Will they close it out? Will they be NBA champions? I think Hartenstein deserves a little bit more credit. Some people are making fun of him, backup center making $30 million or whatever he's making. But I think this is a smart move by Presti and the Thunder to sign him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.